Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Rees, or Brushyat Cup, and welcome back to our Let's Play Adventure extravaganza of awesomeness and fun times in the wonderful world of Tekkit 2, where things are coming along quite swimmingly. Indeed. We have not made really all that many alterations at all, at least nothing of note, to the setup since last time, although I have decided that we are going to double our charged electrolyzer count here in the near future, but that's not for today. What is for today is we're going to head out here through our clever little back door, and I will show you that we have progressed along. I've continued replacing the medium voltage with high voltage all the way up until here, so I don't know, what is that, maybe a third of the total count? I can't remember how many... No. Quarter? Maybe? I can't remember. I think there was 20 of them and we've done 4 of them. So you do the math on that. But things are coming along quite nicely here. And as the sun begins to rise, we do produce just a crazy amount of power now. And it's going to be kind of difficult to demonstrate that until the sun is fully up. And I remember where exactly our secret passageway to the underground is located. But there we go. And as we head down here, we can whip out our handy-dandy EU reader. And if everything is working well, we should see that we're producing an astronomical... Okay, actually, I forgot. I should probably check. Yeah, see, so the issue is that this is almost full, and once it's full, it's not going to be receiving any power. But this did go as high as 20,000, over 20,000 N, and that is enough to keep everything we are running at full speed, which is just absolutely beautiful. We do need to have a better way, I think, in and out of the factory from down here, but I did also notice something strange when I logged back in. Napier's been busy, and he's done something peculiar to the island. So you might remember the island did not look like this before. It's got more hard edges, and it's a bit flatter. Now, if he's flattened it in order to make it easier for building in the future, that's perfectly fine by me. But I have a lot of questions as to why this has been done. It's a solid wall. It goes all the way down to the base of the ocean. I don't know what the inspiration was. There's also a few, like, villager workers over here helping him, which is nice, because normally I don't see these guys out and about. Hello, my lord. Hi, how are you doing? Okay, the apartment is coming together. So, look, it's not what I anticipated when I asked him to build an apartment. But I'm not going to blame him, because we really didn't explain to him what an apartment was. We kind of told him it was where a bunch of people lived together and they all had their own rooms, and I think that's what he's going for. And if it's not what we wanted, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me, because I didn't explain it better. But it does look like it's coming together, and I think that needs to be commended. Napier, how are you? Greetings, my lord. Greetings. It's coming together in here, man. It's looking good. I'm pretty pleased. I do have a question, though. What's up at the outside with the island? There's like a wall around the island now? I shored up the shoreline to prevent erosion. Okay, erosion. In Minecraft, he says. You know what? He's thinking. And that's good. That's what we like to see in our villagers. We like to see the thought process going. Good on you, Napier. Keep up the great work, okay? Yes, my lord, indeed. Oh, my goodness gracious. Well, maybe he needs a bit more help. You know, he's got 3 guys over here. Now, granted, there are other people in the village, but I don't know what they're doing. Good gosh. It's quite the laggy mess, and I think I know why. I'm pretty sure it's all of the chickens in the basement. And we are going to go deal with that. But first, maybe we should check in with the witches and see if we can't arrange to have some more... Oh my good gosh. It is just an absolute mess, isn't it? Look at this. It's like a slideshow more than it is a video game at this point. But as soon as we get away from the factory and away from the chickens... Well, no, it doesn't get all that much better. I think because the factory is still loaded with all of the chickens. The building looks awesome. You've got to admit, that looks pretty cool. But let's check in with them and see if we can't arrange to have some more helpers dropped off. Bippity boppity, how are you two doing today? Oh, hello again, Rees Crafts. Hello, you two lovely ladies. Listen, my good friend, Napier, needs a little bit more help. on one of his projects, and there's a village not too far from the last one that you guys gave me a hand with. In fact, where was that? That's Napier's village. Is this what's left of it? Did it flood? It might have flooded, actually. Actually, it looks like Napier's village is... I guess nature's reclaiming these places. That's fine. It's directly to the west, though. What is that? About a kilometer? Is that about a click? What would that be? If each block is a meter... If 1,000 blocks... Oh, we could just count it. It's not 1,000 blocks. It's less than that. You're going from... Well, no, actually... it's right at a kilometer, isn't it? Look at that. You're going from negative 200 to... Oh, no, it's negative. I thought for some reason we were going into the positives. No, okay. All right. Well, it's about 600 meters then. It's very close. In the real world, that would be... I'm using this number up here, by the way, which is your block number there. And we're going from about 250-ish to about 850-ish. Anyway, look, the distance between the villages is not important. Can y'all just see to that for me? Oh, good. We'll see to it. Lovely, lovely. Who the heck are you? Cluck. Sure. Hey, what's up with all these chickens? Do y'all know anything about that? Hadn't noticed anything odd. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Oh, hey, have either of you seen any crabs around here? All of my channel member crabs went fishing. Which I realize now is a little bit suspicious. Because they left without saying anything. And then several days later I found a note saying they'd gone fishing. But they're crabs. And I've never seen them eat. And they're NPCs, I'm pretty sure. And also, I don't know how they got out. And I don't know why they'd go somewhere else to go fishing. We live on the oceans. Do you know anything about that, maybe? Crabs? Nope, haven't seen any of those around. Okay. Well, let me know, and good luck with the village. Just let me know when that's finished. What is that? Crab leg. Y'all have a good one, okay? Y'all take care. Oh, man. Speaking of creepy critters and dealing with problems, we're gonna go deal with some creepy critters right now. Now, I would never call a chicken creepy. I don't think I've ever heard of a chicken doing anything creepy, other than maybe, like, if you die, they'll eat you. But that's most animals. I think we've all heard a story about someone, like, sadly, tragically passing away and their pets ate them. Alright, well, we're gonna go ahead and start here with this one, and we're just gonna work our way through until we've taken them all out, because I'm pretty sure that what's happening around here is that the volume of chickens, in and of itself, is maybe not the problem, more so the volume of just eggs and feathers that are lying around on the ground, and I did consider maybe trying to find some sort of a high-class weapon that we could use to deal with this problem in a more sort of rapid, expedited manner, but the issue is a lot of the things I thought of, like I thought about using a nuke, but then I realized that would be using a nuke in my basement, which apparently we already did, because at some point the nuclear reactor blew itself up. I'm still not sure how that happened. I'm still not sure when that happened. I'm still very upset about that. I've had people ask if that's some sort of a story thing, as if I'm trying to make a story in this. I'm just trying to play a game and weird things keep happening around me. But no, listen, I don't know what happened there. It wasn't intentional and it wasn't planned. The reactor just suddenly blew up without explanation. I don't remember it happening. I never heard it happen. We wouldn't have noticed if it hadn't been... I mean, honestly, I keep thinking about how we ran out of power up here after we realized that it was broken. Because we had so many, like, MFEs and MFSWs, so we had, like, a really good power buffer. If we hadn't had the really good power buffer, I'm imagining that we would have run out of power and it would have taken me ages to figure out that what had happened was that the nuclear reactor blew up. Because it's been so stable for a year now, it feels like. But alright, let's go be the doom to an entire species. We're gonna drop out of the sky here. Surprise. This is gonna be such a process. This is gonna take forever. I'm gonna just start swinging. Can I do something with this? My concern if I just start, like, right-clicking or if I charge it up in some way, isn't that, like, a good way to get, to accidentally damage... Hold on. Because this is also a tool. and it can be used to harvest, like, trees and things, and I don't want to do that. Good gosh. Is this actually a good method, what I'm doing here? What is that ticking sound? Oh gosh, this thing in here is still going, isn't it? Well, we broke the hopper. Yeah, this is the source of all of our problems. This right here has got to be the source of all of our problems. This is where we're going to go ham here. This is where you're going to start seeing the frame rate go back up. Everything's going to start running smoothly again. We've got to get down there to that clock and figure out what happened to it. Wasn't it running at, like, full bore before? I thought we changed it to, like, a second. And then it just kept running, though. Oh yeah, this thing was probably still full. No, it is going a second. Well, what was that? We were down here one time, and remember the clicking sound was happening constantly, and there was just so many chickens? What was that all about? Look at this! Look at this! Look at this unholy collection of chickens in the corner of this room! They're not running out! They're not running out! No wonder the game doesn't work! Is that all of them? Good gosh! What is my inventory? Oh, it's all eggs! It's all eggs and a little bit of feather and not that much meat. We're not getting rid of the meat. That's high quality meat. We can, like, generate as much infinite meat as we want. Look, there's another one! It's just a corner of chickens! There's so many! How is the game not just completely melted at this point? What I was going to say- oh my gosh, this is what they do! They congregate in corners together! What I was going to say is that, you know, we can make as much, like, artificial meat as we want, but high quality real meat? Like, you can't get this anywhere else, man. This is great. We're gonna hold on to all of this. We might even start a chicken restaurant, because gosh knows, we have- gosh isn't an individual. The saying is God knows, but then people get upset about that because they say it's taking the Lord's name in vain. But I don't think God's name is God. I think that that's like a weird sort of Americanism, where it's one of those things where someone's just artificially determined that that's what that means, but maybe it isn't. Like, don't take the Lord's name in vain. I mean, I guess if you just call God God. There's weird people who say Daddy Jesus or whatever, and that's strange. Because, yeah, he's your heavenly father, but he's also God. He's just an infinitely powerful being. I'm not calling him Daddy. That's strange to me. I'm not even calling him Dad. Our Father who art in heaven is about as informal as I'm gonna get when referring to the actual God of the universe. I'm not saying you have to follow suit, okay? Everyone has their own convictions. This one's mine. I'm sorry, I will refuse to call him Daddy God, or whatever. I think I just accidentally got rid of some of the chicken. Oh, who am I kidding? We're never going to start a restaurant with chicken. Although that would have been a good way to keep track of how many chickens we'd killed. We were at 3 stacks of 64. What is that? How many chickens is that? That's almost 200 chickens. This is insane. I wish I remembered what level I was when I started this, because we're at level 25 now. Now, granted, we're not getting a whole lot of XP for this. I think if we do level up from it, that'll be impressive. What's also impressive is if I get out of this without RSI in my my right hand's index finger. I'm switching to my middle finger on the primary mouse button to go ahead and continue these escapades. This was a horrific thing what we did here. You know what? Every so often I'll like clear out a space and I'll feel like, you know what, we've really done good work here. We've really accomplished something. And then what I'll do is I'll turn around and realize that there's still so many more of them. If we came down here and there was this many, that would feel like there's too many. And we've already killed probably close to... We've got another 2 stacks, almost 2 full stacks. We're over 300 chickens at this point. Having to do another egg and feather delete spree here. It's starting to get to a point where I can sort of hear myself think. That's beautiful. Do we think it's possible that the volume of chickens down here is what made the nuclear reactor break? Is it possible that it caused so much lag and so much... like some sort of... I don't know. I don't know the specifics here. I'm just thinking maybe so much latency, it caused something to be miscalculated, and it blew up. Is that a possibility? Also, there were other animals down here at one point. There were cows and there were chickens. Well, okay, there were cows and there might have been pigs. Obviously, there were chickens. But, like, where did they all go? It's just chickens now. Did chickens do something to them? I don't know, I'm sort of tempted, if we find one more, like, hiding around inside the ground or something, to just, like, let him have it, you know? Tell him, hey, congratulations, you're the new chicken around here. Oh, well, I mean, look, this is nowhere near being full. This doesn't even register with the amount of slime that it's got. Same over here. It's like, we're not even up to that first level. So, obviously, we want to get this going again. How are we doing in terms of frame rate and things right now? We're back at 60. We're looking at a solid 60. That's good. That is beautiful. And I don't hear any more chickens. I don't see any more chickens. It could be that some are hiding. I just don't know. But let's see if we can hook this thing back up a little bit more responsibly now. So I think we can agree that they were definitely sneaking through there. So we'll fix that and fix that. And then we will go ahead and continue using walls right here. But should we? Do we need walls? Do we ever need to come into this room? Well, we will put down walls. That'll be fine. And we can kind of fly over them, but the game doesn't want me to. It only let me do it once, and then it also damaged me in the process. So this is going, what? Every 10 seconds? That's fine. I feel like that's perfectly fine. That is going to give this thing plenty of time to take out the chickens. We're not stopping. Do you think we're going to use this as an opportunity to, what, turn from our ways and change the way we've been doing things? Absolutely not. Mob Slaughter Factory is going to stay here. Chickens are still going to get mob slaughtered, hopefully. We'll have to wait and see. And I don't know if we're actually going to stand around and wait, because every 10 seconds is pretty slow. But this should at least prevent them from getting out. I hope. I hope. We'll see. If they do get out, what are they going to do? Come over here? And then start, like, building up? You know what? I don't want that to happen. Should we have some sort of a double door scenario? Is it safe to let them just wander around in this room? They gotta stay within a certain distance of the mob slaughter factory, which is running, I think? Work energy buffer. It looks empty. Why does that keep getting broken off of there? I just looked over and it looked like it wasn't there, and sure enough, it wasn't. I don't know why that is. I feel like anytime I place a block down adjacent to it, it just breaks. It is there, it's just hard to see. There we go. Okay. That's configured again. I'm just kind of waiting. I want to see what happens when a chick spawns. You know what? We can help this thing along. We can go ahead and grab some eggs. I mean, what am I saying? We have eggs. We can sort of, like... Here we go. There we go. Okay. So that's an issue. That they're not dying at all. Did this thing stop running at some point? Fluid pink slime. Oh, it's full of slime. Wait, why is it not draining? What happened there? I guess at some point that one broke off too. That seems to be the popular thing that happens to this machine. So that must have been what happened. We didn't realize that it had broken off of there, the liquid transceiver here. And because we didn't realize it, we didn't realize that it wasn't operating. So that's on again. So once that drains... Oh, wait, there's one in my inventory. Where did that one come from? Did it come off this... Did it come... What? Why? Why did that one come off there? I'm so confused. Why does that one keep coming off? This makes no sense. Okay, it's empty. No energy, though. Did it get unplugged? That's my only other thought, is it must have gotten unplugged. It's definitely plugged in. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I bet you this was all being powered off of the reactor, and now it's not. But what about you? You still have power. We have to figure out a way to run power over there. I don't remember how any of this is done, so we'll just have to redo it. Okay, so that's where all of that is. And that is a big electric flux generator, I think. So it should be fine. It's not going to blow up on me. I don't believe. So is that getting power now? It is. That's got power. The chicken is dead. I bet you these have been charging down. I bet you they've been losing juice. Yeah, because they've been disconnected this whole time. So every time we use them, it drains them a little bit. We got to get all of this tapped into the main line, which I think right now is configured kind of in the opposite direction. It's configured to send power, not to receive. Which means I've got to figure out how exactly to change that. For right now, this is fine. For right now, it's got, you know, medium voltage solar panels and an MFSU. That's plenty. This is all configured. Okay, we can all agree that's all fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, there we go. That happened, wow, pretty much instantly. So what came first? The chickens broke the reactor? Is what we're assuming. Or did the reactor break, and that made the chicken machine stop working, and that's what caused the chickens to go ham and get all over the place? Or maybe both. I mean, we know for sure when the reactor stopped running that that's what broke the chicken killing machine, basically, because it ran out of power. But when did the reactor break? Also, is this good? That's good. This is also good. I'm going to replace all of this with glass so that we can actually see what's going on in there. What is that? That looks like some kind of bubbly glass. Is that the... Yeah, the bubble glass is actually what that is for sure. Ooh. Ooh. Oh no, that is not going to last. So if I put the glass there... Perfect. We can still see kind of all the inner workings and everything. Actually, that's supposed to be a light, I believe. There we go! And then we can come around here and we can watch this work, and they shouldn't be able to get out. And it's all a little bit messier than it once was, and that's, I think, okay. We'll even stretch the bubble glass to there for no particular reason. Do we need to be able to get in there? Well, you know what? From here, we can at least interact with things if we needed to. It definitely looked like the game had frozen there for a moment. But it looks like this is fine. It looks like we figured it out. This is going to keep going. Everything is good. Everything is awesome. It's pretty cool being part of a team. And I'm happy that we are here together and we're living our dream. That's disgusting looking, but I don't care anymore. Let's go back to the factory. That was odd. What was all the pink? So how are we on the factory floor? Oh, did I... Yeah, I think we were all together when we moved that down here. I'm pretty sure. So, in terms of overall frame rate, it's still not great around here. Still pretty low. Does it get better when looking in any particular direction? I mean, it certainly gets worse when I look that way, and it gets its best when I look over here, I think. Yeah. This is a solid 60 up here, man. This is beautiful. And then you kind of get going this direction. But what if I put the factory behind me? Interesting. Okay. And what about, like, obviously it dips looking over here, but then what if we get past all of this, back up to 60? Ish! It's struggling. There we go, yeah. 60. So is this the source of all of my problems? It doesn't seem like it. It doesn't seem like this is the problem. This is what I'm doing now. This is what I've been reduced to. Just slowly moving through my factory and seeing at what point does it all stop working. Not yet. Not yet. Nope. Nuh-uh. Well, maybe. Maybe right around in here. It's definitely not 60 anymore. We're down in about the 50s. And if we take another step back... Ooh. Down in like the 40s. Yeah, I think it's all of it together. But you know what? I reckon it's probably machines like this that are causing a lot of problems. I know I said I thought that these were better, but I gotta be honest with you. That's weird. It suddenly just got really smooth. Like, not 60 FPS smooth, but suddenly pretty playably smooth. Like, in the 40s. Which is better than nothing. Now, you can replace the unrouted pipes with basic pipes. We got this tip a while back from channel member and oft executive producer Jake Yates. And if you replace them with the basic pipes, you can install these opaque modules that make them non-translucent or opaque, as the name would suggest. And that might help if we had a lot of stuff always moving through our pipes, but we don't. If you have a look at the factory right now, you'll notice there's not really anything ever moving around at all. And that's because it's not in constant motion. We have this thing configured to only make a certain number of certain items, and once it reaches that number, it stops running. So this hasn't stopped running because it's reached its stack of 64 requirement. It stopped running because it's waiting on magnets, and that's it. And the magnets are waiting on the electrolyzer, so we need to do that. But then other things around here, right? Like, we're only making a stack of HV transformers, and because we've accomplished that, it's stopped running. And for this, for example, we're trying to fill this up. Or apparently we're not. Well, it's configured, I think, to do the entire top row, and then we have 7 extras. But it's there, so it's done. Another option, we could use the pipe controller here to reduce the distance for pipe contents and renderer. And that might help, like, for instance, if we just change that to, let's say, oh, can I not go lower than 2? It has to be 2 something? What if I wanted to go, like, less than 2? Fine, whatever. Can I like, scroll? Okay, and then what is this? What if I change that to, oh, 4. It has to be at least 4. It will not let me, can I go back now that I've typed 2? Oh. Yeah, you just go over 1 and then you type. Okay, well, if I change that to 10, and then we change that also to 10 for whatever reason. What does that accomplish? I guess we just wouldn't see things in the pipes until we got within 10 blocks of them, theoretically. Again, if we had a lot of items moving through our pipes, that would probably help quite a bit, but we don't. I have to make a decision now, which is, what do I do in the basement? Now that we've taken out all the chickens, and look, obviously done a lot to help the frame rate. It got a little... It still hitches, which is odd, because it didn't used to do that. I don't know what that's all about, but obviously things are better down here. What do we do? I feel like this is sort of an abandoned part of the factory. We never come down here for anything. We don't do anything around here. And you want to talk about abandoned part of the factory? Like, don't even get me started on this, because this is just the old mine. Anything could be going on down here and we wouldn't know about it. In fact, there could be like a cult living down here. We wouldn't know. There could be monsters. The dwarves could have like breached the walls, and we're just relying on them not finding a secret door. And then we've got this room, which is just like an obvious passage right behind here all the way to the witch's hut. And then there's this... Didn't this used to be filled in? Has that always been just, like, open and exposed like that? This hallway, right? Again, this kind of reminds me of that place we found previously when we were kind of exploring around, where it's just like, oh yeah, this hallway that goes somewhere that we just never go down, and anything could be down there, or waiting for us around a dark corner, because we just don't check, and it reminded me a bit of, wow, we overshot that hole, and the whole game is frozen. What is going on around here? It's awful, but what I was going to say is this. You have these beautiful hallways, and then suddenly this just unfinished portion. Look, this is insane. Is there some way to check for, like, I know that lag glasses are a thing in some mod packs, but I don't know if that's a thing we have here. Yeah, I'm not seeing lag goggles, or whatever they're called. It'd be great if we had them. I would love to track down the source. Maybe there's some sort of, like, entities. Oh yeah, we just never finished the floor around here. There's just all an abyss to a light. Oh, it's lava. I don't care. I'm not gonna go down here. But I like that that's just an exposed part of the floor. Wonderful. And then, like, right down here, you're in the factory proper. Just fantastic. Imagine you're a factory worker down here, which we don't have any of, but imagine you are. And then one day, for the first time, you just wander to the end of this hallway. Maybe you're, like, checking inventories and chests, and you come down here and you're like, what? What is this? Oh, my goodness. I've never been down here before, but it doesn't say I can't... Oh. Oh. Oh, dear. You know? That's just a scenario. Now it's time to determine... Now the time has come to determine what we're going to do next and for the remainder of this series. So, first things first, we are going to complete swap to high voltage solar. We'll just do HV solar, because it doesn't fit otherwise. That's the first thing we've got to do. Second thing, crush our enemies. There we go. World domination, absolutely. Automate weapons, and that can mean one of two things. That could be that we build some sort of automated weaponry, or we just automate the construction of weapons. Why not do both? Build trains because it might be fun. I don't know what else to do. I'm just staring at a blank sign before me. Open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find. I mean, we put all of our focus, time, and effort into automating high-voltage solar panels. Now we've done it. We can just grab high-voltage solar panels anytime we want. It's not even a thing. You can just grab 8 of them. And then moments later, there'll be 8 more. You gotta be a little patient. You gotta wait for it. But there they go. And just like that, we've automated solar panels. I mean, sure, you know, what we're currently dealing with is the IV transformers being the limiting factor. And how many IV transformers do we have? 16. But what are we waiting for to make more of them? Oh, the PEZs, apparently. It's the magnets. At the end of the day, it's magnets. Magnets is the thing we're waiting on. So I can make more. I can make a couple more charged electrolyzers. And maybe an additional... whatever this thing is, rare earth extractor. I have 2 of those going, maybe 4 of these going. we really only need the one singularity compressor. That gets the job done real quick. Okay, we've made the whole thing faster. Then what? I don't know. Really, I was told to be creative and just come up with stuff. And that's what I've been doing. Have I reached the practical end of my programming? Maybe a fresh brain mapping will give me new ideas. Or maybe you can give me new ideas. Comment down below. Let me know what you'd like to see in future installments. Because I don't know what else to do now. Kind of feel like we've hit the end. Oh no!